Hi everyone, I hope you're all well, and today I am back with a new video about my audition at Italia Conti this year. This year was actually my first time auditioning at Italia Conti throughout my 3 years of auditions in general, and I am about to tell you all about it. I'm just going to go through it in chronological order, I think. I've got it all written down here, so sorry if I look down all the time, but it's just to jog my memory. So I got there in the morning quite early actually because of like travel times and actually finding the place as well because I'd never been there before. And once I got there, everybody was so lovely. They just invited us in, filled out a form and took it with us and went into a rehearsal room, and that's where we all waited and got to know each other. One of my friends who was actually on my foundation course was actually in the audition with me as well, so that was nice seeing a familiar face. And we just waited for everyone to arrive. I think one guy was late, so we just started a small warm-up without him, and then he just came in and joined in. So the warm-up is the first thing that happens on the day. A graduate tells you about the school, tells you about the course, as well as the foundation course that they do. And then we get round into a circle and everybody goes round and says their name and a fun fact about themselves, whilst also warming up a particular part of the body. At one point we were doing this for quite a while actually and it actually kind of hurt. And we also squatted for some reason. Apparently that was a good idea. It was not a good idea. My legs burned, but it was all just to like loosen up, get our bodies ready, get to know each other and sort of just relax. That's all I can say. It was just quite relaxing to be in the moment, be in the space and just get our bodies and minds ready. And then the next part of the audition was a few games. So we did some ensemble walking around and a few sort of getting to know each other games and sort of breaking the tension. We also did some improv work, so we got into groups. If he shouted like 5, so we'd get into a group of 5 and then he'd say, okay, make a letter out of your bodies, and so we'd become like the letter C or the letter A, and we just have to do that before he said stop. And that really got us working with each other, sort of warming up. And yeah, I honestly don't know whether they actually mark us or sort of see who they like during these warm-ups, but for me warm-ups are just to warm up basically and to get to know the space, get to know the school, get to know everyone as well, because I'm not the sort of person who like sits in the corner. I like to talk to people and actually interact with each other. And then was the monologues. So we all went out into the hallway, sat down, and I think I was 3rd, maybe 4th to go in. We go in one by one, and if you're at the end, it's actually such a long way. I would definitely recommend eating your lunch maybe after the audition or before, depending on where you are in the sort of order. I think it might have been alphabetical, but it depends on the day, I guess. So I went in and did my monologues. I went in, said hi, how are you, how is everything, and I was like, oh, it's fine, which speeches do you want to do? And I said, I'll do my modern, and I started off doing my modern and then stopped. I stopped, I think, after the first sentence because I realised in my head, oh my god, that's the wrong sentence, what are you doing, Nicole? So I said, sorry, can I start again please? And that is totally fine, honestly. They were really supportive and they were like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I took a moment and just breathed and then started again. And I feel like one of the mantras in my head is always start well, end well. The first time I did not start well, so I scrapped it and started again. And then I did my Shakespeare, which was Cressida, from Troilus and Cressida. And at Italia Conti they have a list, so I definitely recommend choosing what they say on the list, because they do tell you to choose from the list. So that is the monologue I chose. I also started that monologue wrong, and it's really bad starting Shakespeare wrong, because they have a list, they know the speeches because they've heard them so many times. But I did it wrong, and the whole week I knew that I had it wrong in my head, but I kept on trying to change it, and then on the day I actually got it wrong. But I kept going. I couldn't stop myself again and start again like I did the first time, because I just couldn't do that to myself. So I just powered through. I was like, you know what, just do it. Like, I had so many head voices saying, oh my god, it's the wrong line, oh my god, it's the wrong line. But then I think the challenge is always to counteract that head voice and actually keep going, power through. And I made it. and then I was like, thank you, and they said, okay, the hard part's done now, so you can leave and wait for the others to finish their audition. And I went outside, and the feeling was so weird. I was so gutted that I just messed up so badly. That was the first time I messed up this year, and I think I recovered well, but god, it was just so annoying and frustrating that I messed up not once but twice in the actual audition. And throughout that time of waiting for everyone, there were about, I don't know, 20 people auditioning. I was third. I had like an hour at least to wait until everyone was done, maybe like an hour and a half. And the whole time in my head I was like, oh my god, you might as well just quit now. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, ah! And then I was like, oh my god, do I eat my lunch? I don't know, I'm so like torn at the moment. I just don't know what to do with myself. I just want to go in and do it again. And then they call us all in, and then they say, right, these are the people that we would like to keep. And then they read out the list, and so everybody leaves if they're not on the list. And by a miracle, somehow they actually liked me, and my mess ups didn't matter because I got through to the second stage of the day. And I was like, huh, that's so weird, because I completely messed up. And I feel like it's moments like that when you're like, actually, I could be better than I actually think I am, and mistakes don't actually matter as much as you build them up to be in your head. And that just gave me some sort of hope, which was really lovely. And at Italia Conti, they do 3 stages throughout a day, and then nothing else. So all the stages are all in one day, which I kind of like, because then you just get to know, like, straight out, like, whether you've made it or not. So second stage was singing, voice and movement workshops. And first of all, I did start off in musical theatre because of Stagecoach and like little workshops and things with musical theatre companies. And I'm not a strong singer, not gonna lie. That's why I want to go into straight acting, because I actually love acting, and that is my main strength and what I love doing. But singing on the side is just a hobby and what I like to do. But my voice sort of like closes up because it gets scared, and I'm not the most musically talented person ever. But throughout the workshop, that I can't remember the man's name, but the man played on the piano, did some scales, and like heard us sing, and then gave us a piece of sheet music to do. I was a bit nervous, and I think I could have done better, but like my nerves just like closed off my throat a little bit, and then I was like so tense. but I should have just relaxed a bit more and actually just be in the moment. But that was kind of scary. I was actually kind of scared, even though like I've sung in front of people before. I don't know, just the whole like tenseness was not good for me. but they always say they're not judging your singing, they're just judging like potential and how you act through song, I guess. So we did the sheet music, and they get you to sing in a pair, and then they get to hear you sing individually. And we just did a little snippet of the song, and then he was like, "Yeah, that's fine. Thank you." And then we moved on to the next thing, which was a voice. And this was so much fun, honestly. The guy who does the voice classes there was just incredible. He was so funny and really enthusiastic and just knows what he's doing. So he got us to do a few exercises, which were to see like our pronunciation, I think, and articulation of certain sounds, like the b, d, g's and the ptks that we say, I guess. And then we also did a few exercises, and he could like hear our voice properly, he said. When he also did this exercise which was asking us to like say our monologue and then start speaking to him just about our day, really, just to see whether we had that like monologue speech voice that you get. Sometimes you get people who do Shakespeare in like a grand voice compared to their actual voice, and I think he was trying to see what we actually sounded like as a person. And then we did movement, which was kind of strange, but movement is always kind of strange. It made us create characters through leading with different parts of our body, and I quite enjoyed it. It was really interesting. And then we had to wait again. We waited for quite a while, actually. And then they came back, told us the people that they wanted to see, and then those people would stay and the others would leave. And in the end, there was about 6 of us who stayed for the third stage, which was the interview. And I was like, oh my god, how does this happen? Because my first stage didn't go as well as I wanted it to. But that's how it went. And we waited for the first few people to go into the audition room for that interview. We went in one by one, and I think they asked different people different questions based on like what they wanted to know about the person. For me, they asked about like what I was doing, what I was up to, whether I go to the theatre a lot, what do I see, and then they asked me to do my modern speech again and sort of redirected it, and I feel like I could have done it better. I just need to keep the monologues fresher and not set in the rhythm that I do them in, but I definitely need to improve on that. And also I think we were working on different tactics, and then after that that was the end of the day. I just went home and felt pretty good that I made it to the third stage. I didn't get through into Italia Conti, but I really like the school. It's really such a great atmosphere that I get. It's like a family sort of place, I think, because it's quite a small school, especially like the acting campus rather than the musical theatre campus. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would definitely audition again there, and I don't really have any negatives about the school, to be honest. All the teachers were really nice. Yeah, that's my experience. If you have any more questions about Italia Conti, about my audition experience, or any like suggestions for any further videos, I would be totally open to them. Please leave them in the comment below, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye!